Next, a hedgehog came snuffling along. Having spent the day looking under wet leaves for things to eat, he decided to move into the mitten and warm himself. The mole and the rabbit were bumped and jostled, but not being ones to argue with someone covered in prickles, they made room. As soon as the hedgehog disappeared into the mitten, a big owl, attracted by the commotion, swooped down. When he decided to move in also, the mole, the rabbit, and the hedgehog grumbled. But when they saw the owl's glinty talons, they quickly let him in. What are talons? Do you know? Talons? We'll write that down. Big mittens? Maybe. Up through the snow appeared a badger. He eyed the mitten and began to climb in. The mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, and the owl were not pleased. There was no room left, but when they saw his diggers, they gave him the thumb. Do you all do the thumb? Thumbs up. They let him in, didn't they? It started snowing, but the animals were snug in the mitten. A waft of warm steam rose in the air, and a fox trotting by stopped to investigate. Just the sight of the cozy mitten made him feel drowsy. The fox poked his muzzle in. When the mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, the owl, and the badger saw his shiny teeth, they gave the fox lots of room.
I saw a fox the other day in the yard.
You saw a fox? Oh, that's cool. I've never seen a fox before. Good connection. A great bear lumbered by. He spied the mitten all plumped up. Not being one to be left out in the cold, he began to nose his way in. The animals were packed in as tightly as could be, but what animal would argue with a bear? The mitten swelled and stretched. It was pulled and bulged too many times its size, but Baba's good knitting held fast. How can all these animals fit in there? That's my question.
Magic glove.
Magic glove. Ooh. That's a good guess. Along came a meadow mouse, no bigger than an acorn. She wriggled into the one space left and made herself comfortable on top of the great bear's nose. Would the bear normally eat this mouse? Yeah. Let's write that down. I don't know. Bears are scary. They eat everything. Okay. The bear, tickled by the mouse's whiskers, gave an enormous sneeze. Achoo! The force of the sneeze shot the mitten up into the sky and scattered the animals in all directions. See them all flying away from the mitten? On his way home, Nicky saw a white shape in the distance. It was the lost mitten silhouetted against the blue sky. I know, it got smaller. As he ran to catch his snow white mitten, he saw Baba's face in the window. First she looked to see if he was safe and sound, and then she saw that he still had his new mittens. There she is with his mitten. Look how much bigger that one is.
Oh, big.
Does your mitten stretch when you had mittens?
I don't think so. I didn't have animals in my mittens.
You didn't put animals in your mittens? My mittens always stretch when I wear them. Well, thanks for sharing that story with me. We'll talk about it again tomorrow, okay?
Yay.